All right, gang. Hopefully you have it traced up like I have it here, traced it all in Sharpie. And again, I mentioned in the previous video about embellishing. Embellishing is things like this, where if you go back and see the first video or the ones that we just drew the whole thing, I didn't add all these little details, okay? Added little extra stars, add a little extra texture at the bottom. And like I've told you before in my classes, adding a couple little diagonal lines to a drawing or a couple little extra circles, that's totally for free, didn't cost you anything, and it makes your drawing look a little bit better. All right, so hopefully you got your drawing all traced up and ready for some coloring. Now, I know a lot of you guys, you lose your patience or you're tired of it by the time this phase, the third phase, comes about, which is the coloring. And I always tell you, people are going to see the finished version, which is in color, and this is art. And the thing is, like, now that you're not in class, you don't have to feel like you have to rush or compete with anybody. You can take your time. Draw one day, the next day trace it, and the next day after that, color it. Here are a few crayons. I like using these because I can mix them up a little bit. So got some crayons in here. Pick the colors I liked. If you notice, guys, Mr. Rossi always has warm color and what's that? That's right, guys. Cool color. 3 and 3. A balance, okay? I always like to do that. And I have a few here. I always frown upon this with you guys in class. I always tell you, no, I don't have them. We don't use them. Pencil crayons. The reason why we don't use them in class is because so many classes in one day, and pencil crayons break. The leads break so often. I'll be sharpening pencil crayons more than I am actually teaching or watching you guys do your work. So can't use pencil crayons in a class. However, I always tell you, if you bring your own and you got a means to sharpen them, go ahead and use your own. If you got markers, use that. And if you don't have anything to color with, I understand. Don't sweat that. But if you do have a means, use some simple crayons. Look, I don't even have the best ones. These don't even have sharpened edges on them, okay? Take a look. All right. So, technique. How do you color? I'm just going to start in this little area up here. I'm just going to start with my, I forgot to show you. I have three. Again, I didn't even think about it. I have three cool color and three warm color pencil crayons. So Mr. Rossi doesn't even think, I just do it. It's kind of instinctive, if you will. All right, so let's put the pencil crayons to the side. Let's start with the heavy guys first. And I'm just going to color in this little section here of the sky dye. Now, see, this is just like with the tracing. Turn your paper around. You don't have to do everything perfectly straight up and down, right? And again, this is just an example. I'm not going to color the whole thing. You guys have to do that yourself. And maybe I'll post it later. Maybe I'll work on it, but I have so many other ones that I want to work on. So what you want to do is you just want to go in there and start coloring with the cool color first, okay? And when I color, I'm just focused on the section that I'm coloring. I'm not focused on the rest of this drawing. I'm just trying to make this guy the best looking sky that I can, okay? And I'll go in there and got all this other work on my table here, okay? And I know that, see, I'm going in one direction, going vertical, looks like. But if I turn my paper, I'm going horizontal. You could already see the lines and how that's kind of flowing. So what I want to do is create that flow. And be careful right there. And again, like I said, see how I keep rotating my paper? I'm just thinking about this section. Actually, like from this whole drawing, I'm focused on this little section of the drawing, and within this section, I break it down. I'm only focused on that little piece. Because just like a jigsaw puzzle, right? A little puzzle you put together, it's all the little pieces that make up the big picture. Okay, so if you can't focus and really give the little details all that important love and attention, then you're not really going to give an awesome piece of work. So without boring you, right, I'm just going to kind of move it along this way. I'd love to. And also, we don't have that much video time, so I'm going to try to rush this as fast as I can. I don't want you to rush anything. And like I said before, these are work in progress videos. Videos are going to get better as I get better at making them. So, and I hope you guys really enjoy the content. Hit like, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend about me. All right, so here we go. I'm just going to wrap it up right here. All right, I get so caught up, I don't want to stop. Now, a like color, because that's how my mind works, right? A like color to blue would be purple. So now I want to go in here and try to find all these little white areas right there and just give it a little bit of purple up in there, you know, just a little bit of purple. And it gives it more of that night texture, okay? I don't want to go up in here with just a black crayon, you know, that's just not very inventive or fun for me. You want to go ahead and you think you can nail it by putting the black sky in there, and oh, I'm just going to put some nice little yellow and orange star. You go ahead. I mean, I'm just giving you one idea of how to do this. Mine is not the way to do it. It's just a way to do it. All right, so I'm going in there. Maybe some of them you want to press down a little harder, you know, for some of them. And then keep it light for the other strokes there, see? And you can see all this beautiful texture I'm creating. And I'm trying to do it Van Gogh style. Van Gogh style, to me, looked like he just did these little lines, you know? And I'll post a video of Starry Night that the guy who, the first video, if you saw it, that I sent you, he goes and he sees the real Starry Night up in New York in I think it's called the MoMA. Okay? And it's a great little, quick little video. And I have some questions for that one too. So you see how that's already... And one thing I like to do is, see how it's kind of light up here. So I'll make this just a little bit heavier because it's receding, moving into the background. Okay, so look at that. And that's just with a little bit of crayon, okay? And again, I'm just having fun with this little section of my drawing. Okay, maybe I'll put even in there, because purple and red go well together as well. Look at that. Okay, and so far I'm just working on the sky. I haven't even touched my stars or my moon or the little waves up in there. Okay, and yeah. So now that I got all this cool color, I want to add in some of this warm coloring here. You know, just and like that. I want to break it up and leave a little bit of white up in there. You know, Van Gogh did that in his painting, and again in that video I'm going to send you guys, you'll see that part of his technique was to leave a little bit of the canvas. The canvas is no different than the paper, right? So he said, well, the canvas is already white, so I'll just leave those sections of canvas showing, you know. And that's how he did those little parts of his drawing, of the painting of Starry Night. Okay, so I believe that's the moon there. I thought that was the moon up there. My own drawing, I don't even know where the moon is. All right, so let's go ahead and add a little bit of orange to this. A little bit of orange. Told you I'm teaching you some French now. Put a little bit of orange up in there. A little bit up in here. And, I mean, just this one section here, you got a piece of art right there. Just this one little piece up here. So, I'm going to wrap it up right here, right quick with you guys. And leave you to finish up the rest of the coloring, and hopefully yours will look much better than mine. All right, guys, so remember, you got to color the whole thing, all right, whatever size it is you did it in, okay, and mix your colors. You can even go over your crayon with a pencil crayon if you want, just to mix and blend that in there. Okay, so you can blend in. Look at that, see? And it's going to give it that nice texture if you overlap your crayon and your pencil crayon. Okay, so you guys experiment. See, that's what I mean. They break. See, that's why I hate pencil crayons. But I'll still use a little bit of this guy here. You know. Okay, so with that being said, you guys go ahead and color it if you have the crayons to color it. Can't wait to see you post it. Until the next video, you guys be good.